got today is an unorthodox sort of project, if you will. I tend to attract those for some reason. Lady at the hardware store, her doctor says she needs to stretch her tendons in her, like her Achilles heel or something like that. So I trade, and she wants me to make the thing. You can buy them online, but she doesn't want those. She wants mine. So being granted this honor, I'm going to use some teak that I've got left over from a table I did, and I'm going to make it adjustable at the angle to which, as she improves with the stretchiness of that Achilles heel, she can make it go up more and more degrees. But instead of just putting the pieces together and making her a flat platform, I want to try and get some contour into here and make it special, so she feels that it was made special for her. And the idea, actually I just wanted to see her take her shoes off. No, I'm kidding. But I traced her little feet there, and that's directly from her feet. That's the shape. And if I can find my pen, I'm going to try and explain to you what I'm going to do. So let me go look for that and I'll get back to you. So it seems to me that where her heels are, I've got the perfect bit to sink in a dish in both spots, the recess. Alright, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time sculpting and carving and all that. And then I've got a variety of sizes of this kind of bit, which I can just do by hand with the plunge router and get that big toe, which I'd imagine is around here on both sides. Make that go deepest, and then I'll probably just use the same bit, and for each toe I'll go a little bit more shallow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 of them, right? Yeah. So my aim is just to relieve sort of like this. I can actually see her toes. Okay. And there's the side of that pinky toe. Right. Okay. Cool. Then we've got an arch here, which is probably going to want to be taller. And I don't know what the other side of the foot is, but yeah, we'll see what we come up with. This piece will get joined to this piece like that, which allows me to find out where those heels are and maybe use the bandsaw and relieve a couple of arcs there. Then we'll work out the geometry as we go. Looks about right to me. Yeah, it looks to me like one foot's bigger than the other. But hey, that's not my business. All I can do is guess. 1 plunge, 2 plunge. See how that works. Almost got it. There's a vacuum in there, man. That thing sucked it down. Jeez. Okay. Whew. What I discovered first was, with the heels at the same distance from the back, one foot is, it's sort of like, I gotta choose which foot is going to be the standard foot. And I'm going to go with this one. And I already tried to draw the toe imprints, and they don't line up with a square and my distances at all. They're totally different. So maybe that's why the doctor said stretch the Achilles heel. I don't know. But I'm going to make my imprints standard off of these distances here. So forget what I drew over here. I erased that with the sander. I'm going to make these imprints and then measure over and make the same imprints over there, in the hopes that whatever correctional adjustment needs to be made is encouraged by those imprints. I'm just guessing. I'm no doctor. I don't know if I'm going to need this depth gauge or not. Yeah, why not? I'll set it as no deeper than sort of thing. Then ease off as I go. Go with that. I never really thought about this stuff before, but I recently had ortho something inserts made for my feet because they hurt. And I'm noticing, alright, I gotta pay attention to a high arch here, and not only where the toes are, but that whole area where the front area, the pad of the foot is actually lower than, you know, the arch, and then it slopes down outwards as well. So I've drawn some guesstimation lines, and I'm just going to do my best to mimic that, take it down to her and ask her how it feels. So right now I want to locate where those toes should be. So big toe, top of it is there. And the next toe, next toe, next toe, and the last toe. The rest of it I gotta kind of eyeball. Or I can do an imprint on do an imprint on a piece of paper. This thing will destroy it. I didn't cut that out yet, but that's easy. OK, 声我按键，站上去告诉我你的感觉。
脚凹的地方是很合啦，就是这里就稍微宽一滴滴就比较好。
说脚凹是那个
凹凸的
那个地方，
对，凹这个
那个地方，
对，这个
刚刚好。
对啊，就足弓嘛。
Oh, I nailed it. Okay, but she says her toes are too, or she wants them bigger at the toes. 其他的呢？
其他的话，这里的话稍微宽一滴滴，宽一滴滴，这边是刚刚好的弧度。
真的，Jesus, okay, my luck is pretty good. 弄大一点。
嘿，这稍微再大一滴滴。
Okay, cool. I just got to make those toes bigger. Back to the workshop, yes. This thing's pretty cool. I got it out of a contour sanding machine. But I overcut these joints on purpose. That means they're going to protrude like these ones do. And that means when I clamp, I don't want to be pressing on that. I want to be pressing on a strip of wood and a strip of wood and clearing this. Otherwise it'll bind, and I'll go and clean that up later. So we're set up to do that. Well, whoever's singing this song, I wouldn't mind making one of these for her. Does that sound sick? Pardon me. Your mind wanders when you're doing the menial stuff. Wow, Miss Wong. Should call her Miss White. Okay, let's get this baby clamped. That, right, okay. Now we can clamp down. Now what are we doing? The idea is to turn it around. Make that work somehow. These two hinges, they're going to be in back, and there's going to be a pivot. That's my max point, which I've marked, and that's the beginner's point down there. Right? So how do we fix it as she improves? How do we fix it in place? We're going to need some sort of a curved arch, an arched slot on both sides, because inside is less sightly. And my thought is wing nuts, and I found one bolt where this wing nut fits the threads, and I can bury that in there and then cover it with a plug so it doesn't look like an ugly piece of metal. But this one I couldn't find a bolt, so I just took some of the original threaded rod and that matched these wing nuts, and I found a nut that goes on it. But the problem is the nut's pretty girthy, so what we'll do is weld that onto the threaded rod and then cut the nut down to be more roundabout, like that depth. That way I can get in there about halfway, still have wood in between this and my destination, and then have a 3mm plug. We'll make it work. Serendipity. This is the last welding rod. I would have had to go down in the rain and buy a whole box of it. Things get hot. Dog's over there chomping on tree bark. Hilarious. He saw me debarking some juniper and decided to pitch in, and he hasn't stopped. Wish I could teach him to sand. I don't see why I can't just put this in the vise like this and chop it down the middle. It's amazing what 5 minutes of effort will give you in terms of the ultimate result. She'll be sitting there going, oh my God, how did he make wooden bolts with metal threads? That'll be our secret. Okay. Disc sander, and that will look primo. Yeah, okay.
That's the slime.
The other on the other side. Washers are usually punched out, so there's a bit of a jagged edge and there's a rounded over edge. I want the rounded over edge to be traveling on the wood. And that pulls it in. Yeah. Alright. She said 16 cm up from the heel, and I know we're at 10 now. So we've gone to 17. Okay, we'll let that dry and then we'll make it pretty. looks to me like that'll work pretty good. Nice plug there. Got our little feets in there. Contoured for the heel and Achilles heel, whatever that is. I'd say job done.